So the U.S. is assembled right now. Is it feel? I don't know. How does it feel for you when the national team is together and you're not there?
A little weird. I mean, it was part of my life for, you know, 4 or 5 years. Um, you know, I don't know where I'm at, but it's just good to be back. I'll be honest with you. I've been out for so long, so um, to be honest, that didn't cross my mind until I saw the call-ups. But you know, it's great to see all the young guys again. This is a great chance to test ourselves with some good competition, and so I hope the friendlies coming up are much like these next friendlies in Germany and Ghana, and you know, a good way to test our core guys and some of the young guys coming up as well.
I mean, it's been an unusual season for you. How much do you think that takes into place, and have anybody from U.S. Soccer talked to you about your moment, your health, and what your future is with the national team?
Not necessarily my future, but you know, first and foremost, they're worried about my health, right? Not seeing me out, being such a durable guy, and not being able to see the field for a lengthy amount of time. You know, they're obviously worried about my health, so great to hear from them in that sense. In terms of, you know, the national team, you know, they just wanted me back on the field first, right? Same goes for a lot of guys that have been struggling this year. So it's great to hear from them for sure. But you know, it's a time for me to get healthy and relax, because it's been such a struggle for me this year.
In terms of that health, how close to 100 are you, or are you at 100 now?
I would say I'm pretty close to 100. You know, I've seen a lot of specialists, and you know, have you know, been told that I have some underlying issues that arose because of the concussion, and that's okay. That's great. You know, it's progress, and that's what I want, and that's what I need. And the more I practice, the more I play in games, the more 100% I'll feel.
How those underlying symptoms there? How much is that a cause for concern moving forward in your career?
No concern.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It'll go away soon, and you know, it's just part of the process, which is any injury that you face, you're gonna feel some sort of small things, just like a quad or a hamstring. So I'm excited to be back, though. This is a great opportunity for us in the playoffs, and it's just good to be healthy again.
You know, Reed was called into the Pan Am Games to represent the U.S., and it sounds like he's not going to go, in part because his role here has increased so much. What kind of growth have you seen from him in terms of his play and his role with the team?
Well, I've seen a lot of growth from him, being able to play in multiple positions, taking players on, being both-footed. He always had that, but we're seeing that much more now. His quality in the final third is showing a lot more. You know, his work rate has always been there, but now it's just his quality is showing, and you know, that's what we want. And when I talked to you last week about Reed, we talked about getting him meaningful minutes, right? He, you know, has played some big minutes and has contributed in a great way over the last couple games, and you know, I'm sure that's probably part of the reason why he's stayed and didn't go, because he's needed here, and that's a great thing. I think he needs to take that in a positive way.
How about Josh? What have you seen from him, his growth, specifically in like the last 5 games?
Well, we always knew how athletic Josh was, and we're seeing that. And you know, we had been struggling a little bit, conceding goals and conceding shots, crosses, and Josh has done a real good job of stopping any potential counterattacks or offensive movements from the other team by stopping the play a little bit earlier, before he even gets there. So credit to Josh, he stepped in really well. You know, it's hard to get into this team when you're so young like that, and we're seeing, you know, Reed and Josh contribute, Obed contribute, Jackson as well, and that's credit to those guys for working so hard.
Cristian, you've been such an important piece of this team in every long playoff run and championship they've had. What is it about this group that they need to do to be successful in the playoffs?
Well, right now I think scoring goals. I think that's very important, right? I feel like we have the quality to do so, but we haven't scored many, multiple goal games this year. And I think our what is it called, the goal
XG.
yeah XG, expected goals, is really high, and yet we haven't scored as many goals as we have been expected. So for us, I think we have to score goals, because defensively I think we've done a really good job this year. We haven't, especially the last 6 games, we haven't conceded a lot of crosses, shots. So for us, I think going forward, we need to be sharper in front of goal.
And with that in mind, without stating the obvious of the standing portion, how key is it to not just get a result at San Luis, but put in a good 90-minute shift?
Yeah, we don't want to survive, right? I mean, there's going to be moments of the game that you might have to survive, and you might have to, just get by, right? Because St. Louis is a high pressing, aggressive team. But you don't want to do that for 90 minutes. You can't sustain that. And going into the playoffs, you want to have a good performance. So for us, using that and gaining momentum by playing at a tough place and getting a result.
Nicolas Lodero is arguably the greatest sounder, the most successful sounder of all time. When you watch him saying goodbye here at home, what went through your mind at that time?
Well, first, I don't know what's gonna happen, right? He's out of contract. Don't know what's happening with him, but I think for him, having his kids out there, not knowing if it's gonna be his last game or not, is obviously sad and bittersweet, because I think he deserves all the credit in the world for helping this organization get 3 trophies during his spell. He's done so much for the club, goal and assist wise, in the locker room. So whether it's his last game, or not, he definitely deserves a lot of credit for our success here at the Sounders during his time.
Wanted to ask a couple questions about Leo Chu. How have you seen him develop from when he first arrived at the Sounders to now?
Yeah, his finishing and final third passes have gotten a lot better. We always felt that he was dangerous 1v1, but we do think that his crossing has gotten a lot better, and his knack for getting chances in front of goal. So hopefully we can continue to get better. I think all 3 of us up front, 5 of us all together, 6 of us all together can be better in that phase. And but Leo in particular, I think he's been the biggest surprise for all of us, because he's been so reliable.
What attributes do you think he brings, onto the pitch in order to, allow the team to be successful?
Yeah, I think a change of pace, a lefty, a true winger, a player that gets him behind, a player that is dynamic. We have a lot of runners, we have a lot of guys that want the ball to their feet, but we don't have a lot of dribblers, and Leo shows that.
Is there any characteristics off the pitch that, you value in who he is as a teammate?
His personality is great, right? He's always has a smile on his face, and he's always willing to help the team in any way he can, but he's just a positive spark in the locker room, and never down, and I think that's what you need in guys, because you need a positive influence. You need to have a great locker room presence when things aren't going right.
Overall, what's it like, playing with him?
Very fun. Like I said, he's very dynamic, and he's able to put a cross in, and so for me to be on the opposite side, I have to make myself available in the box, and understand that balls are going to be coming, and I can finish off his crosses. So really fun and easy to play with, and we always got to keep him awake every now and then by yelling at him, but he takes it in good spirits.
Would you say this is kind of like a breakout season for him?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's still a lot more to come, though. He could definitely have a breakout to his breakout. He's a quality player, and a young player that still has a lot to learn, both on the defensive and offensive side, and I'm excited because he's willing to do that.